All right, welcome in everybody. It is Daily Bread coming at you live right at 6:20 on the East Coast. Not the perfect time for this Wednesday slate since we had some day action, but Daily Bread's got you covered with the best bets in the MLB and in the MLS for tonight's night action. We got what we'll call first pitch up at 6:40 between the Pirates and the Marlins for the night slate. Plus, all the MLS starts a little bit later. So load up those books and get ready for the return of Daily Bread from our 3-day vacation. That's what happens when it's just the MLB season, man. It is what it is. We didn't miss a single Saturday or Sunday during football season or when the NBA was rolling, but it's not like the dog days of MLB were treating us bad. Life is just life, and as Sosa said. But make sure to give us that like, that follow, subscribe, retweet. If you're watching us on Twitter, we appreciate you. YouTube's the number one spot. If you want to be featured in the show with your comments, let us know what you're thinking. Ask us any questions. Tell us that we're wrong. Tell us not to fade Brewbacher tonight. You let us know. But make sure, more importantly, to be DMing the at the bottom, to be locking and tapping in with them. But Sosa, Reds beating the Yankees last night. You guys dropping an L as well. How are you doing?
You can't talk shit if your team loses too. That was the problem. That was the biggest issue. It's like I had the tweets in the drafts and I never got to use them. Some of it gets like that sometimes, right? But yeah, the Yankees first time losing when leading in the ninth inning, entering the ninth inning all season. But
Uh-oh.
again,
Is it time for Araldis to take it back? You got
I
the
don't,
radio talking about it already. That's how you know.
I don't know if that's the case yet. I mean, they're still by the best team in baseball by a bit of a margin, I guess. If we're judging off of performance this season, they've been the best team in baseball. There's no disputing that. The division is actually performing at an extremely high level right now. Everybody in the division is at 500 or better, as someone pointed out to raise the value of them to me on Twitter today. Um, but yeah, it's the dog days. It's right before the All-Star break. You got a lot of bullpens that have been overused entering the All-Star break. Managers are just trying to get out of here alive, while they get reinforcements back on the other end of the All-Star break. So yeah, it's really pretty much it. I mean, we decide to wake up when we feel like it, as far as the Dodgers go, and yeah, it's really all I got. That, and did you see how many players aren't playing for who aren't going to Canada for the Kansas City Royals? It's like 6 or 7 players.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
we've been telling you that for a long time now to make sure to be looking at the lineups because you had JT Realmuto say what he said as well. So going into Canada, you always get that and the people who have to sit. But surprise giveaway, $100. If anyone can guess what the country club is on the polo,
Hmm.
easy as that. And it's one
Interesting.
that everyone's heard of before. It's not like a regional one or anything like that to the Philly, New Jersey area. It's a one that everyone knows.
Let's go. That's
Yep.
a that's a nice little random Wednesday.
Well, I mean, if we took the 3 days off and if someone guesses it, it'd be pretty impressive, but it's one of those where you don't overthink it. Now, it's not a local one. I just said that. It's a one that people know across the globe, maybe for different reasons than you would expect. But anything else from since we've been away? NHL free agency's been wild. The Flyers fucking suck. Not much more to say other than that.
Haven't really been checking. Not gonna lie. Have not been really interested in the NHL draft or free agency or any of that stuff. I
You had the Avs goalie go to the Capitals. It's a golf club, not a soccer club. A golf country club.
hard to see the logo.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it because you could read the fucking name if you could see it.
They're about to screen cap and just zoom in the whole on just that. It's coming.
But
Or,
yeah,
but
other than that, I was about to say NHL free.
Lewis Hamilton podiumed on Sunday.
Oh, here's the big one. My buddy Ferb said this one, so I have to give him this shout out for it. And I was saving that for this one. So Ferb, you texted it. I'll give you the credit. Surprising that the Blue Jays fired their manager on the day that the NHL free agency opens up because no one in Canada gives a fuck about baseball during NHL free agency day. Insert the Woj meme.
I mean, bruh, why would they do that? That's Windhorse.
That's what I'm just saying. But why would they do it on the day that NHL free agency opens? It happens to be the day that the Blue Jays fire their manager that people have been calling for forever. Why?
They're trying to find a reason to fire somebody. That's really what it is. They're like trying to find a reason. They're just bad. Their pitching staff is average. Their bullpen is below average, and their lineup is streaky. You know, like they lack consistency on every single level. So, you know, they lack. That's it. That's really what it is. They lack consistency on both sides of the ball, whether it's defense, whether it's hitting the ball. They're, like I said, they're inconsistent across the board. So I don't see that changing. And also why would you fire your manager when you're in the midst of a playoff contention? Like, you're right there in the wild card. Why would you do that? That's so stupid.
They saw the juice the Phillies got out of it, so they just were reactionary.
Oh, well, if that's by design, then it should work out just fine. They should win the next 12.
Right?
Yeah, it should be should look like geniuses.
But I think we teased the people enough. Like, retweet, subscribe. We appreciate all of you tapping in. We got the #1 chat out there. We'll start with the MLB bets, and then we'll roll into the MLS. So I guess we can start off, Sosa, with the early game here, since it's the only one that goes before 7, and it's Brubacher Day.
Absolutely.
Your issue. The Fish on the first half, team total 1.5 is -150. Give or take around there in your books. You know that's way too much juice for us to drink. The 3.5 is sitting at like -130. I guess that's where we have to go, man. I saw the strikeout comments. The Fish do strike out a decent amount. So that's where you do see people on the Brubacher over 7.5. If you go back and look at his splits, he's giving up 6 runs sometimes, but he's striking out 6 as well. So it's kind of where just because he's giving up the runs isn't a direct correlation to the K's, but the Fish aren't the best when it comes to plate discipline. It's not Marion. It's a different club, not in the Philly or Jersey area.
I'm doubling up. I'm actually doubling up in this game. I have the Marlins first 5 run line in this game. I'm fading Brubacher 100%, not just to score runs, but I think that the Marlins come out of here in the first half. Pablo Lopez has been, good. I wouldn't say great. And he's a little bit better than average. And Brubacher's actually been particularly clean his last couple of starts. He hasn't been outrageously bad, like where we've become accustomed to. But I do like the Marlins home ballpark, especially to bounce back after last night's performance. I like them. I like them tonight. So
if you take them in the first 5 run line, they'll run you like what, -115.
-118 is what I have it at.
Yep. So that's a good way to get them in the first 5. And I'm just going to risk 1 unit instead of to win 1 unit on this one and take the Fish full game team total over 3.5 at -130. So I do believe the Fish get 4 up on the board tonight.
Yes, sir.
What about Keuchel giving up 4 in the first inning last night, 6 through 2 in there? That one real hurt to not have an episode yesterday and get that easy money out there. If you tapped in, you bet that without us telling you. But where are you going for number 2?
All right, you ready for this one?
What do I have to be sitting down for it or something?
Houston Astros first 5 money line against Ohtani.
Oh, you're going against our boy. Like the A's or the Angels are like 10 and like 30. They're past like 40 games, but they're 5-2 in his starts. I can see it. He doesn't have good numbers against the Astros.
It's the LA, man. If you're scared, go to church. We're going Astros first 5 money line +102. I like them full game too, but again, this is just I haven't faded them. Remember, last 2 times you suggested it, you were like, "Are we going to?" I was like, "Absolutely not." Today's the day we fade Ohtani. catch us in the winner's circle. First 5, Astros, plus 1-2.
Yeah, no, Tani's squad is 2-5 when he's the starter. He's 1-3 overall with the 4.75 ERA and a 1.352 WHIP. This last outing on 420, he did have 12 strikeouts and not give up a run. But if you go back and look at the previous starts, sure, you can say that's before Ohtani was the robot. But Sosa, I like it. Fuck. Picari wins more money from us again. He got it.
Jesus Christ. How the fuck did you guess that?
That's what I want to know is how he got it. And if he knows what it's from or what anyone in the chat knows it's from. But holy shit, Picari wins everything, man.
Outrageous. This is craziness.
From left field, right as we're doing the Shohei fade, he goes,
I had no idea the name of the country club personally. That's a great Bushwood. Sounds like where OJ plays at. Just kidding. We know that happened in Brentwood.
All right, so that's one way to get off the Shohei fade and make everyone forget about we're doing that play.
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, with the MLS tonight, I'm doing the slim pickings, but it's from Caddyshack, if no one realized.
Yes, sir. I have one other play that I love tonight. That's the Yankees team total over 5.5. I love them against Mike Minor. I think they continue to, they should have won last night. I think that the bats wake up even more today. They didn't really put up too much. Last night, 3 runs isn't going to cut it, especially when you have so many opportunities to score runs. I like the Yankees today. Yankees today team total over 5.5 at -115. I also think Severino gets some in and out of innings quickly. He's been quite dominant for the most part this season, and outside of the end of the game last night, that lineup was pretty stifling. So I look for Severino to pick up where Garrett Cole left off, and I think the Yankees should be on slaughter alert.
I like it. So I guess if there wasn't the MLS tonight, the 2 looks or the 2 leans, you're really gonna make the O's this big of dogs plus 134 on the streak you're on?
We're on the birds.
That's where, that one seems too easy, too simple, too good to be true. Steele, he's a complete hit or miss.
We would have bet him yesterday.
So that's where the O's, and then the other one on the board tonight, you're given, I think this might be the first time all season that Wheeler is a dog. Sure, it's only plus 110. It's a baby dog, but the first 5 numbers a little bit more reflective of the price there because you have the Phillies who are even a -110. So you can get them on the run line at plus 120. Sure, it's a travel day, different players out of the lineup, but I'm going to make it official. I'll take the Phils on the first 5 money line at -110 with the potential push. Just because there's not many times, if many more in the season at all, that you can get that type of price on Wheeler, and there's not much more you have to talk about Wheeler for.
And I have no issues with betting that at all. It's just kind of a weird spot. They're only playing 2 games, right? 1, 2, and then they travel.
Well, that's what they've done with the NLL interleagues. Instead of doing the full ones, they give each team 2 home games. So that's where the Jays will come to Philly because we did it with the Rangers. It's real weird how they did the scheduling, but it's what happens when you delay the season.
Yes, sir. And you already know I'm on the Dodgers, but that's not official for the show. Also, keep in mind that Paul Blackburn has been extremely good in the first 5 all season for the A's.
What else?
John Birdie, stolen base. We're running it back. Why? Because by the 15th, we should know if it's truly profitable for the month. Right now it is not actually. It's actually exactly even. His stolen base prop is for the month. So yeah.
That's the tough thing of riding it day in, day out, because usually with the stolen base props, you see it with the dingers. They come in streaks, man. Because Schwarber, he's going to die soon, real soon from this home run streak
Yeah,
because the way he's ending with 60.
I don't know if he won't end with 60. The thing is, I don't think it'll die though, especially with Bryce out of the lineup. I
But
think
he's hit 17, I believe the number is since June 1st.
I still think his numbers will be good. Like he'll put up like a Chris Davis type season.
Hey, can't really hate that because
I think that's where he's kind of headed right now because like he'll continue to get really good protect. Like listen, the Phillies lineup's not trash without Bryce Harper. They just haven't been consistent. But even without him in the lineup, the lineup's not trash. He's just been so good over the last 2 seasons that it appears that they can't win without him. They're not that bad. Like the lineup's not bad without him, especially with the way Schwarber's performed. I think Schwarber's going to keep getting the same pitches he's been getting all season. It's just a matter of timing and staying locked in. Obviously, players have slumps. We all know that, right? But I think
more of just that if Schwarber was doing this from the get-go because he was real cold to start because people were calling him on the radio for him to be gone already. And it's just more of Castellanos and Real Muto just having their most mid-seasons of all time.
Castellanos been terrible.
Yeah, just complete mids, and that's kind of where he was your not Bryce, basically your Bryce protection, but it is what it is. We don't need to talk to Phils much more because you got anything else or you want to go MLS?
We can go straight to MLS, man. Get those on the books.
So what's your winner for the night? You got a full slate. What you like?
Is Inter Miami playing? I'm going with them. Whoever they play, I'm rolling with them. On the money line.
Really?
Yep.
All right, you got them at plus 175, and guess who they play?
The Union?
Yep.
Let's go. We're going for the upset tonight. Fuck the Union.
Pozuelo won't be in the lineup for them, but you definitely planned that one on purpose. You've been watching the local news. You knew they were playing.
I really am not. I swear to God, I had no idea.
I was about to say I figured you'd be going LAFC, but I was like, they're the one squad that ain't playing tonight.
My bad. That's what I was doing. My fault.
That's funny as shit though. That of all the ones you would pick, you had a 1 in 28 chance to do that.
A lot of teams now.
All right, we'll keep it nice, quick and simple like we usually do for the MLS here. So I don't know if I'm lagging at all, but it's a little bit lagging on my end. I'm going to be rocking with Minnesota United on the money line tonight. Let's see, it's minus 120 on the one book. Whenever I bet on the plays, I pull up the most recent line, so I'm locking in the same price as you guys. But we'll roll with the minus 120 on the money line. You've heard me say it before. We're going to keep fading Sporting Kansas City until they show any sort of life. They don't have Polito or anyone back up top, so it's not looking too good for them. You can get it minus 117 if you shop a little bit better, but we'll lock in the minus 120 on that money line there. Sosa, so this is the one where I'm taking the Phils even though the Blue Jays have the fired manager bounce. DC United, you see they hired Rooney to be their head coach?
I did not see that. As in Wayne?
Yes. That's where he played.
He
made his name.
Had no clue. Had no idea. Wayne Rooney, good for him.
Well, yeah, because Darby let him go in the championship. Well, he got them relegated. Rooney got his squad relegated because he was like the player manager last season for Darby until they fired him for that. But yeah, DC United today made it official. But I like the Columbus Crew on the pick at minus 110. That's also the draw no bet. You can take their money line at plus 171 if you want. Sure, you can say this is a complete bounce back spot for DC after just getting thumped 7-0 coming back home. I just think it's going to continue to get uglier because, I mean, they just hired fucking Wayne Rooney midseason because that's the only way to bring some sort of, like, fans' perspective or anything back to that because other than Fontas up top, that club doesn't have much going for it. The ownership's up for sale. It's just not looking too hot with the new field that they got. It's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
I still can't believe you took Inter Miami.
I saw, they have a couple, really big names in the club. Don't they? Isn't Ben Olsen doing TV now? or is he coaching somewhere now?
Yeah, they're doing a bunch of good stuff from that aspect. They just aren't pulling out any type of results on the field or on the pitch, so we'll go against them. And then the third one here, I've been debating through a few of them. You always know I like my San Jose overs, but that's at a 3.5. I don't want to do that. NYFC FC has a tricky match on the road in FC Dallas. I kind of want to fade them, but we're taking. I usually like to fade the Rapids. They'll come out on top tonight. Money line minus 120 with the short midweek match, and you got Orlando City traveling there. They're not going to do too well up in the mountains tonight. So we'll take Colorado Rapids on the money line at minus 120. So your three plays are Minnesota United minus 120 on the money line, Colorado Rapids minus 120 on the money line, and then the Columbus Crew on the pick or draw no bet at minus 110. And then Carranza will score for the Union tonight. So if you have an anytime goal scorer prop on that, that's your way you can get out of your money line price on Miami.
You said Carranza?
Yeah, because you want to know why? The Inter Miami loaned him to the Union this season, and the rule is if you loan a player to another club, they can't play against you because that's not fair. So what the Union did is they triggered their buy clause and bought him today instead, and so he could start tonight up top. So that's why I said he's definitely going to bang one because they wouldn't trigger a buy clause for him tonight if he ain't going to score. He's coming off a hat trick on Friday night. I think he stays hot. So that's where if you get a Carranza anytime.
Plus 230. I'm locking it in now.
That's a nice little flyer if you want for the night.
So enter Miami money line and Carranza to score.
Carranza's in the starting lineup, right? Because I was about to say they've had the drop by this point. No, it's 8 o'clock. They haven't dropped yet. Or the match starts at 8. They haven't dropped. But yeah, I like that look big time, especially if he's in the starting lineup. Gave you a bunch of everything here. We just didn't talk NBA. Do you think Mitchell's going to go to the Knicks?
Knicks or Miami? Miami's a player because they have players that are like mid-tier that are like contracts that you can kind of just fill things with. They have a lot of like, and I think that like Lowry could be used as a salary dump at this point because oh my god, he looked fucking terrible. I don't know, man. Either the Knicks or the Heat for Mitchell. Like I said before, Katie and Kyrie aren't going anywhere. I don't know why people fucking bothered. Other than that, I can't really think of anything, man. The Beauchamp, the rookie from Milwaukee, pretty damn good. Impressed. I've been impressed by him through summer league. Maybe it's because he's getting a lot of minutes.
It's summer league.
Yeah, so I don't know. Also, it really is, bro. Fucking baseball, that's all we got. Baseball and MLS.
Bakari, are you Detroit? I forget. I think they're Detroit FC. Is the club?
They have a team?
Not in MLS. It's like in USL 2, I think.
Oh, Bakari viewed the games clearly.
I'm surprised he didn't already wasn't into the United States Soccer League.
Just what you want to do, go to an outdoor.
Yeah. Detroit City FC. I was right.
Yeah.
But until tomorrow, we gave you the MLS bets of the day, the MLB best bets. Scroll back to the beginning. We dropped them around the 7-minute mark is when we dropped the MLB best bets to start the show. Other than that, we'll be back live tomorrow. My ass ain't in the office, so we'll come at you at normal time. We out.
Kobe.